y'all. And that goal is to play episode 4 of Apollo Justice. Ace Attorney. Let's do this final case in Apollo Justice, and I'm excited. Looks like it's gonna be the best one. Because the final cases in Ace Attorney games are always the best, so I'm very excited to see how this one goes. Let's do this. This is my moment. Turnabout Succession. I'm so excited, y'all. I love Ace Attorney so much. And that's the whole truth for this case. Mason system, all rights reserved. What's the Mason system? Computer. A heart rate. Beats per minute. Don't know if that's above or below what it should be. Gunshot. Did someone who's on life support die? In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. Oh, the backstory that it's got to be in this case. The cheating scandal. Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. What crime is this now? Like a carnival? Does this happen at Truthy's magic show? And now, you stand ready to begin the final chapter of the story. What happened to you, girl? She died. In the courtroom. Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. That's Christoph Gavin. October 7th, 10:37 a.m. Right Anthony Agency. Hey, Apollo, look on TV. Look. Yeah. I'm kind of busy. Whoa, look at that. He's the last Grammy, all right? Amazing. Apollo, you should be watching this. Ow. What? I was writing about a last case in my journal. Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know? I want to vacuum pack the field and one for later. Right now, I'm drawing the crowd by figuring out how Lemure disappeared. That's right, Uncle Val did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now. I'll just get into the good part. I suppose I should watch the little TV over. After all, her father expected me to look after her while she's away. What you're now seeing is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here at our own Sunshine Coliseum. For your unbelieving eyes. Legendary Troupe Grammar is performing for the first time in 7 years. Whoa! That's gonna be great. I'm still there. You and Daddy are coming too. Legendary Grammys. If Truthy's real father were still alive, he'd be on my stage performing miracles. Wait, what happened to Zach Grammy? Did he die 7 years ago? Was Zach Grammy related to that case 7 years ago? I've got the tickets and everything. Here's yours, Apollo. Magic show ticket received. Alright, thank you. The Grammys have been involved in like the first step in every case. Oh, you're here. Working hard or hardly working? Hey, how have you been? Hi there, stranger. I thought they kind of greeted anyone here when I was a kid. So he has been going a long time. Ahaha, how goes it, Truthy? Here, I got a present for you. Yay, pudding. I love pudding. Ooh, it's farm fresh. You're on the Topsy Commission. You gotta take it easy with the secrets, you know? How right you are. So you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it is time. That's something to do with you anyway. With me. Oh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission too. Maybe you can be one of those guys. A spy. Can't I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, I was telling you about the whole mission was my whole reason for coming in today. What? Tell me. You've heard of the Juris system, yes? The Juris system. That's right, the new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Huh? Maybe? Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The Juris system, huh? So, Daddy, what's this jury system thing? Well, Truthy, do you know what a jury is? I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court and those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide the guy's innocent or guilty? Do you know, Apollo? Only from TV. It's 12 people, chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling the new system the Juris system. And we're doing whatever you like, Your Honor. That's quite the hard, so jurists cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case in different angles. And there will be only 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo. The findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people will start taking the courts a little bit more seriously now. I feel like I'm counting Dr. Rice. Dr. Rice, listen, Truthy. And Mascot Apollo. It's a perfect team. Mascot, hey. So, what's the secret mission? The jury system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like the system are always risky. True. Everyone's got an opinion, and they just talk and talk, and nothing gets decided. It's kind of like you, Paulo. I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're gonna give it a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case of the sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping the process, essentially. Helping? How? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the jury system simulated court committee. The chair constructs the audio situation, choosing the case, the jurist candidates, even the judge of the courtroom. Wow, it's like you have a real job. I never that good at the piano, to be honest. What's a lawyer? Always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting. So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since this is the first run-through of a new system, I want something simple. Good thinking. No sense weighing yourself out on something too serious. True. The case is a murder. That's not simple at all. By simple, did you mean the defendant is guilty? Yes, most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall I said it has something to do with me. Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway. No sweat. Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a pretty serious sentence. The most serious in a worst-case scenario. Actually, you mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial. That's a real trial. All the points have been filed. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you make your schedule. So why are you lying and saying it's a test, it's a real thing? Well, why am I only hearing about this now? Oh yes, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Eh? Something that happened last night. Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about the secret mission. But what about this? The True Grand Magic Show, huh? Oh, right. The card trick. Not card trick. The Grand Illusion. Miracle. The Apocalypse. Heaven and... So what? That's 3 whole days from now. It's at Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go. Let's go today. We can say hi to Uncle Valen. Have fun. What? I can come myself? You know I'm not very outgoing. Right. Why not go over? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. We'll hear all about it tomorrow, regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's got telling me. Yippee. Now you can take me to the Coliseum. Tilted wouldn't kill me, pop over there. Ah, Grammary. That reminds me. What's this? Isn't that Silk at the Grammary seal? Consider it a birthday present, Truthy. Thanks. It's great. But today's my birthday. Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Then it's a Recycle Your Plastics gift present. Yippee, so it's plastic. I'm getting a friend of saying it's much easier that way. So what is it? Can I open it? No. Huh? You need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then. Well, why don't you just hold on to it until then? Because that would be the logical thing to do. Grammy envelope obtained. An envelope about the Grammys, huh? Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes. Of course, this is just a test. We wanted everyone to start about preconceptions. A blank slate, as it were. There was a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose damn idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember? Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose I could give you the permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good, that's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved in the case. What? Then how am I supposed to defend? Let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial, all of it. We don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo, if I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility, for good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. The client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk. All time's wasted. You are a very interesting man. Wait, why show him my 20s badge? Crap. Phoenix. Oh, here we go. October 7th, detention center visitors room. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes. Maybe I should complain? I'm sure that the guards have better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us. You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way. Like shouting, oh, wait, and they're standing right behind you? Oh, Gerard, is our client going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh? She's on the side of the girl. She's on the side of the room, away from view. And guard, why aren't you calling that out, though? Because that's been going down. Where'd you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat. Hello. I'm nervous, Paulo. It's a silence. It builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you? Make a play, Trucy. You can do this. I believe in you. That's right. Okay. Only made with your hat. Done. Wait, that's the lady from that one courtroom in the beginning. This magic underwear, my bit met a pet. That's magic panties, Apollo. He's not gonna talk. Hi. Well, I'm your defense. Everything has to be fate, you know? By fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good at astrology? Tell me, what's your sign? I can't tell you mine if you like, Apollo. No, never mind. I just got carried away there. I think destined to get difficult clients, it seems. So what's your name? Oh, right. I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo. Apollo Justice. And I'm Tracy Wright. I know. This is getting nowhere fast. Hey, I know. Maybe you can just tell what happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything happened? The ordinary happened lately? Well, that's the other day this tourist from out of town stopped asking me directions. Later, Tracy. I feel like I need to ask my directions myself there. Well, that was fruitless. But I think I understand the spirit a little better now. You did good, Apollo. But look, she's doing her nails. What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. We dipped. Excuse me. Could you read this? Sure. I feel like a teenager on a first date. This is the love letter we passed from the desk to desk at school. Something into which one? Read it, Apollo. It's a business card with a name and address. The name is Rare Missum. The address is for Drew Studio. There's card added to the record. You're giving me this card because? Oh, she's Vera Missum. Well, looks like we'll finish here. I wonder if Drew Studio is the scene of the crime. Let's go find out. October 7th, Sunshine Coliseum. Woohoo! This is it, Apollo. The place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago was the place where murder and nightmares converged. Let's go say hi to Uncle Alan. What about the case? Wahaha! Only performed last like that. You got Miss Trucy. Often I hope we meet again and I tell myself it was an impossible dream. Hee Uncle Alan, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too. Of course you are. Humility is definitely not one of the stronger traits. Well, Miss Trucy, how's the day find you? If you come to me flowers after the show, I beg you. Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show. Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is lucky in this miracle, such as the ones I shall perform. Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture. The World of Wonder Monument has magnified the legends that were born. Here on stage, by my hand. Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grammy miracle is back after a 7-year absence? Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his. Daddy, my co-magician in training, Zach Grammy, that table thing had. It's okay. Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If you were alive, then I, Valiant Grammy, would have been proud to stand upon stage as his assistant. Thanks, Uncle Valiant. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think, we get to see the great magnified legends again. Julie is looking forward to this, isn't she? My mentor, the magnificent magnified Grammy, was a true deity among magicians, a greater god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations. I was little when I last saw him, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off to outer space, faster than the speed of sound. I'm guessing that memory is a bit embellished. For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. Y'all, 7 years ago was when this happened, by the way. So I'm thinking, like, this has to be the incident 7 years ago that Clavier Gavin beat Phoenix Wright in. There's so much build-up, but this is the case that's all going to go down. As heir to the Grammy True Face secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It's my God-given destiny. Yes, you nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses, how can I help you? The world is waiting. Why did you hold out for 7 long years? It appears the light is uninformed. Perhaps you've heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land? I have, though I'm not sure if it qualifies as magic. The performance of Magnified's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more. 7 years. That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it? What was that? A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy. Can you tell us about these performance rights? Magnified's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea, a trick, if you will. That trick was considered as property, and as such was protected by property laws. Intellectual property, maybe? Magnified knew this and bequeathed it as well. One person. You mean him? Yes, Miss Trucy. It was your father. Zach Grammy was the inheritor of the Grammy miracle. Daddy. Yet, as you all know, he's gone. He disappeared suddenly, 7 years ago. I think I see where the story is going. Once a person is classified and missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct? No, absolutely. Those rolled up sleeves consider confidence slugging, man. So he went missing, but he never died. So what if he's still alive somehow? That certain period of time in which you speak is 7 years. Ah, yes, Miss Trucy. So, pains me to say it, this past spring, able to be precise with the time, your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mention Magnify passed to me. This was, in fact, stipulated in the will by Magnify himself. Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing, permanently. Daddy. Ah, ha 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 ha. What was it like just now? I was just thinking how hard it is to get any information out of a magician. I was wondering if you could tell me about this? Aha! Why, that's basically going to be a steal. Uncle Valiant? Is something wrong? Trucy, where did you get this? Huh? Daddy gave it to me. Your daddy? My partner's actor. No, my other daddy. Thing's right. Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy? Lord Daddy, it's kind of stretching the archaic thing a bit. This thing's upon the back. Do you recognize it? That's long as no, than Zach Ramey. What? Daddy signed this? Might it be so bullish to open it? I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's this envelope, I wonder? Interesting. I'm interested by this, okay. So, like, what is, the envelope's gotta be, like, maybe a clue for the case, if I had to guess. Do not make my attorney's badge disappear. Guess I'll be seeing you. October 7th, Drew Studio. Wow, this looks like a studio. It's like a life imitating art, or maybe it's the other way around. But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring. Yeah, it's like we found a crime scene. Apollo, look at all these paintings. Hey, don't touch those. It's okay, I'm just looking. Huh? Apollo, look at this one. Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath. But that's odd. The rough part didn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Yeah, good point. That is odd. Juma Sands paintings added the corker. All paintings have a very different style, too. Ah, I thought I might find you two here. Emma, last time I see. Oh, seems like I've run to you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here, too. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow? I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh? I don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. Darcy who owns the studio, that is. Did you miss him? Miss him? His daughter's put under arrest. Yeah. You saw her at the detention center. It was funny, though. You seem more like a victim than the kind of person who can commit murder. You don't say. Not even by poisoning. That's how it was done, you know? Poisoning is a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. Poisoning. Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snack ooze. Can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around. Which means we better find as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. So this Drew Mission was some kind of artist? Apparently. Did a lot of illustrations for books I hear. Had a lot of female fans too, for what it's worth. Oh, well I guess this stuff is kinda pretty. Like that old painting over there, for instance. Yeah, that wasn't one of his illustrations actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means? He was on a bird mission. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. What do you mean, to anyone? He was always locked up here in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he put in that letterbox there. Letters? Do people still write letters? What do you mean, Apollo? I mean, when was the last time you wrote a letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? Mr. Mission, since technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. Maybe thought that way is more artistic, you know? Letterbox added the quarter. In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? The suspect, please. You took your fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Misham's and Vera's, basically. Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave her an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever? Can you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? Interesting. So, y'all, this is interesting stuff because it's so obvious that she did it, but how would it be somebody else? I got guidelines. I can't even talk to anybody this time. So this one, Vera, she's Mr. Misham's daughter, right? Yep. A real sickly girl ever since she was little. All day ever went outside. She did kind of give off a lived on sort of aura. She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming out how that she died if they took her outside. That does sound like obscene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed to have her good luck charm for company. Her good luck charm. Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can I ever get a noble client? But why would Sheldon's daughter kill her own dad? But look at me. So about the poison, it was bound to be in his coffee, right? No, not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. Okay, bet. Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles. It just so happened that he died the night of his first interview. At around 9 p.m. every night, Briere always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee, then suddenly became violently ill. And died? He poisoned him on the night of the interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? He wasn't near Mr. Mission when she brought her father's coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter. If the reporter never got near Mr. Mission's coffee. Even Barry acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Yeah, the reporter's the only other suspect I have, so... Emma, I was wondering if you take a look at this. Right, fine. I'll present everything to her. Okay, so I can't even get her to do a single thing with these paintings. It's like, girl, please help me out. I've done so much for you, and you're paying me like this. Okay, I guess I gotta examine the room. Hey, there's a penny hidden back here. Hey, you're right. What if it's embarrassing about somehow you want anyone to see it? You certainly seem pleased about the possibility. Huh? It's so normal. That's all they suddenly get mad about. Huh? What is it, Paulo? Well, doesn't its painting look like... Never mind. I better get a professional opinion on this. Hidden painting out of the record. That letterbox looks funny sitting inside of a room like this. Let's take a look. Empty. The other half of that letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. Mr. Bishop would have put his letters in there, and the postman took them away. Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age, or wrote rather. I wouldn't mind taking a close look at these paintings. I just love oils, you know? They're so thick. Is that the word? These paints are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these all are. Yeah, what's going on with the half-finished one? It must have been a work in progress. You can see the rough sketch below. That's what's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished parts. I noticed. That is weird. Eek, Apollo. That's where the body was. That's the spot where Mr. Drew Mission passed away. He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted paint in there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died. Wow, a true arch to the end. Or maybe he started a year ago and procrastinating. You never know. I imagine this coffee cup was for guests to use. Yes? The police already analyzed this cup too? Now trace poison was found in that cup, so the killer was after Drew Mission alone. Ah, that's what the victim's coffee mug. Aha! So the poison wasn't here. This is my first time seeing a real poisoning bug coffee. I would hope so. Poison coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee. What? You'll have to figure out the rest yourself. I'm officially not inside after all. Coffee mug out of the record. I don't want to look at the paintings! Thank goodness. Is this desk for painting, Apollo? That would be a drafting table. Drafting? Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams. Wow, painting is harder than I thought. Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too? What is all this equipment here for? It doesn't look very artistic, really. He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and wood too. So his equipment's a bit old to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? On the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff for years. This corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio. Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make it trick coin. This is a crime scene, Trucy. But these cost like $50 at the magic shop. Well, then, get to work. La la la. Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. He's got like 20 kinds of red. We can repaint his suit, Apollo. How about the shade of green? That'll be enough of that, thanks. let's take a close look at the desk here. Hey, Apollo, what's this feather thingy? Isn't that a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill pen? But it doesn't have a pointy end. That was most likely pursuing detritus off the desk. Wow, you should know a lot, Memo. Bold and scientific, that's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold and scientific? Is this a journal? Wow, check out a clue. Let's read it. What is it, Apollo? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he? It's new. He didn't write a single line. Alright, get me going for a while there. Boring. Oh, cute. Look at the tiny frame, Apollo. Johnny's right. That thing's really 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that? Not apparently. It's empty. There's no glass in it either. What's it doing staying on the desk? This is a lesson for us all. Be sure to check the sizes when you buy frames. So this is Drew Mitchum. And this is Lil Gomez Rivera. Yes, they took out some years ago. They look close. A happy little family. And still U.S. his daughter. Look, I was personally against that, okay? Something about the way the figure is posed. I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. See, you're making with your flamboyant gestures. Objection! Please, I'm professional. I wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? Oh, that's everything here. Oh, it's this envelope. This envelope isn't opened and resealed. Oh, I know how to do that. You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope under the steam. The glue melts and open. Cool, huh? Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. You're right. It's like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? The postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago. Oh, someone opened the letter that's sealed again. Better hang on to this. Right envelope out of the record. This gotta be relevant. I'm glad I got that evidence. That's good. I think I'm seeing everything here. Perfect science. I bet Emma can help us out here. Don't forget, lottery will get you everywhere for Apollo. Huh? What are you still whispering about? Well, I was thinking. I mean, what is it we always do when we enter the crime scene? What is it we always do? Scientifically. Ah, you know me too well. Okay. I mean, we can get scientific now? Well, I suppose. Just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. What about this? Oh, that! Yes, why is that? That's a bright white envelope. You sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, didn't they? Oh, this is sealed. Your lips are sealed. That's the first. You mean, you know what's inside that envelope? Sure, I read it after all. Ah, you mean you're the one who read this open? Ha, please. I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Now that I have a proper weapon on my side. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You just try flattering her, Apollo. They say a low praise on big doors. Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you're mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist? That's right. At least that's what I call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization. Something. How am I supposed to remember all that? So basically, it lets you see inside things, like envelopes. That's right. You're sharp, Juicy. But it's a bit more complicated than that. In practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try that, Emma? Please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo. Yarg! What are you doing? Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair, but it's like lead. Don't think at me anymore, it might all fall out. I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Let's just get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test out a sample first. So, just what happens, I have a lottery ticket here. Brand new gameplay dropped. You tell the sample in the device like so. I don't see anything. Patience. There's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. Layer view. You've got to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial there with right stick, would you? That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something. See? That's how you can read the letters on the chicken side. Cool, huh? Except, I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see that paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam with a ray length of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers, so it can only show what's written on the layer. I'm not trying to follow you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why you got to go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image of it if you would. Rubbing, like going over the image with left stick or holding X. Oh, I got it. There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now I can rub this image to fix it too. Hey, I get it. We just keep doing this until we got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's use it more. I got it. Lottery 007, big winner. Got it. There we go. We gotta get all of it rubbed. There we go, baby. Okay, let's put this one out. Woohoo! I'm a big winner. See, this is the true hidden power weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the wheel thing, shall we? I got this. I got this. Far. There we go. There we go. There we go. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay, let's spin this one out. Mr. Dream Mission, I deposited the 100,000 in the designated account. Please send a receipt once you confirm the transfer. Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Mission's account. He's painting that's really valuable. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do. If you're gonna read someone's mail, you might as well read it all. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's print this one out. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp in 3 days. I need not remind you to speak this note on one. There we go. So it's a letter about payment for one of his paintings. Well, all the secrecy though. And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it had some special significance to him. Well, Emma? Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. Red envelope updated in the cool record. So, how about this coffee mug? I hope you aren't trying to get away from probation. You know I'm not talking. So is your other detective here. Why don't you two take a look yourselves? If you're on school, I might be not be. Hey, look there. That's the same as the coffee, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about. Someone tells you that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this thing is probably, but ask Emma. Emma, about the smug. There's a pale blue residue on the rim. Eh? Ah, that... Yes, well, it's just a rumor. But I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. I'm pretty sure it's actually blue, Emma. Oh, right. Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science, I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma. It's not a hobby. So what kind of percentage is that? This spray, that's what. It turns blue when it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug. That's right, see? It wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself. Wow, scientific science is amazing. It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more. You should try butting her problem. They say flattery get you everywhere. About poison analysis, I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquinine. Atro, huh? Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. Uh-oh, I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most virulent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown... That's fine, really. I really don't need to know all the gory details. I think I get it. You just spray this stuff on someone you want to test, right? Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this. Watch out too, am I pretty please? You don't have to ask twice. Already used on everything so vicious, of course. Yay. Alright, that's the second new gameplay mechanic. What are you doing? I was just thinking if I got a reaction off of you. How's this for reaction? Never do it again. I'm not poisonous. Tell those hapless witnesses on the stand. Is it here somewhere or what? Spray detection reagent. Let's go over here. Where is it, bro? Too bad, no action there. I'm sure I'm gonna check it out like these spots. Wait a second, what is it? Apollo? Did you see that little desk over there? I don't think so. This probably carries that far, you know? Let's check it out, just to be sure. It's on there! Got it. Eek! A reaction, Apollo? Ah! Where? Inside that cute little frame. Look! Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy. I'm done to work magic. Never mind that I was the one who found it. Tiny frame, add the record. All the inside that frame had poison on it. Looks like we found the only other place that was a poison in any case. So, I was wondering, what's the story about this porter that came here for a story that now they crime? Ah, I'm afraid I can't tell you, because he's gonna be witness tomorrow here. Thought so. I'll never forget that face, but what was his name? Oh, right. Rochelle. He's after a scoop to sell the papers, so a reporter comes for an interview with the painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed. Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak to this reporter if I could. Well, he appears on the beat today, too. He said something about becoming a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not true, see, that one leaves only one other person. It wasn't Valiant Grammy by any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He got some big show lined up, I hear. So without interviewing Valiant Grammy. Looks like I'll be heading out to that Coliseum again soon than I thought. Here, I'm gonna give you that reporter's card if you want. Michelle's card out of the record. You're right, though. Your mission was copying this painting. Wow, it's pretty good. Copying a painting, what for? I'm just gonna go to the spot and go from there. Woo! The Magician Show. So, a journalist is hearing a story. All eyes need were started on my stage. All pens seek to commit mysteries of paper. His name is Brushel. Brushel. I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it. Brushel, that cloying smell made a pin when he smiles, yes. Can you tell us some more about him? What do you want? A man by the name just called me just now. Balance vision is always for tomorrow. Balance feet step always forward. That's all. Very confusing. I need to form a big magic show, yes? I want someone to cover it. Yet he is only for that incident. In any case, I requested that rapacious reporter move himself. The painter died, what of it? There's about a footnote of the footlights compared to the magic of Gramarye. Uncle Valent, do you know where the reporter went? Granted, he visited that place popular with penalized perpetrators. The detention center? He was a rude individual. Might I see that card? Sure. He would tear apart my respectability. I will tear apart him. Oh, here comes the ball. Uncle Valent's big magic trick. Is he gonna fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic. What happened to big magic? Oh. Is it not miraculous to stay rich? You must really have not liked this journalist. Now time has come when I must return to make my prestidigitation preparations. By leave, Mr. C. Thanks, Uncle Valent. Serious, now make ready for a miracle. What do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valent react like this to his envelope? I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit. Let's do it. Hello, Phoenix. Look what I found. Phoenix is so weird in this game. I gotta be real. Completely different than the trilogy. No, I went the wrong place! Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. And boom. October 7th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. I think I heard you saying. While doing it for the money. End quote. No, not at all. Looks like someone's at a meeting here. Hey, that reporter? Who are you? Hey there. How you doing? Who might you be? You might be the worst looking man I've ever seen in my entire life. What is that face? It's blue, you have purple cheeks, no hair, pen in your ear, toothpaste and toothbrush and a comb and a bottle in your shirt pocket. Never again. Oh, sorry. We didn't know someone's already here. I'll apologize to Senator Law. Talk about nervous monkey. You're Justice? You know me? Do I know you? Of course I know you. Stare down's witness on stand till they spill beans, end quote. But that's not true. What's he writing? Are you a reporter by any chance? Whoa, you're Trucy. Hey, am I famous? Oh yeah. Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag, but said you can feel the panties, end quote. You, that's not true. Just holding your breeches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So, guard, I think I know what's going on here. Guarding room is my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote. No, how many times did I tell you this? You're getting the guard to talk somehow? How? He has powers. He has powers, y'all. He's getting the guard to speak. I don't know how you do it. I've never seen anybody do it, and somehow you're the man. That's crazy. Look, I've got work to do. You deal with them. That guard is speaking sentences. Full sentences. Did you come here to interview the guard? Oh, wait, what a pickle. Accuse one to talk. How to interview someone or go plumb crazy, end quote. Huh? I should have guessed. Where are my manners? Name's Brussel. Bart Brussel. I'm not picky. Don't close eyes, right, end quote. What's that nauseatingly strong wind smell every time he grins? Until you've been interviewed, I mean, you don't know what thrilling is. Wild romp through crosses of the mayhem madness, end quote. I can see that. He's trying something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something. I can't imagine him being a killer, though. But it has to be him. So, Mr. Brussel, you're a journalist? Oh, me? Look, let me say one thing for the record here. Yes, I'm the interviewer. You understand, yeah? I'm the one asking the questions here, end quote. Okay. For instance, do you think a movie director watches movies? Well, I think he probably does. Exactly. I need you to understand. Huh? So the night of the murder, you were at your studio? Who? Me? Look, let me say one thing for the record. Yes? I'm at the Common Collective. I'm busy. Real busy. Always on the road. Journalists always buy the one-way tickets. Never looks back. End quote. I can understand that philosophy, but you want to know the thing about the one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport. True enough. But don't they give away no one takes two? Exactly. See? It's the same thing. What is? So you want to do a story on Drew Mason, and he never had a story done about him before? That's right. Look, let me say one thing for the record here. What? I'm sure we're going to want to know my source. What tipped me off to Drew? Why did the interview in the first place? Well, yes. Look, it's like... Oh, I've got it. Say there's this burger joint with fabulous ketchup. You think the burger guy's going to tell me where you got it? Supermarket, maybe. Exactly. See? That's what I'm talking about. I think I may have actually understood that one. Well, there's nothing I can talk about, really. Walls of ears, eyes, especially glass walls and speakers. End quote. Right. Guess what? Leave then. Oh, but since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit news I saw just for the heck of it. Sure, tell us. Just for the heck of it. I remember it was like it was yesterday. I seen a movie on a trip and wanted to this burger place with amazing ketchup. When an article in a tabloid caught my eye. Famous oil painting stolen from art dealer's gallery, end quote, I believe it was. An oil painting. Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. A painting of a giant peach floating down a river. Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach. Don't can smell scoop better than burgers, end quote. Alright, let me go on the record here. Yes? I don't know, what do I do now? The music is changing up. I don't know. I have zero clue, y'all. I'm trying to find that painting. Maybe I have it here in my inventory. I hope so. I don't have that painting, I guess. Okay, what do I do, man? It's gotta be something I should find that can get you. Objection! Maybe I can talk to him about the other interview you had? No. I guess I can't do a thing about this at all. Sucks. Where did I go? Hello? He left. Go back to your studio. I'll show us up in your studio. Well, how'd it go? Anything out? Actually, there's one thing I want to check with you. What's that the scary face you're making? And what's up with the I know something I'm not telling the face you got going, Emma? So... Okay, I'm still looking at one line, I can't figure it out. I understand. Apollo Justice, Case 4. Okay, I need this right now. Let's do this. I'm going far. Oh my gosh. I'm close to the end of this investigation. Present hidden painting. Hidden painting. This painting came from behind the dresser. Ah, yes, so it was stolen, no? I was hoping we could figure that out. Do you think you told me about this? I suppose. What do you think? Jimmy was a forger. Forger. So, what exactly is a forger? Well, basically, it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words. Fakes. Copies of an original. Exact copies, so precise you can tell them apart. Well, why not just photocopy them? The big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as a real article. It's a crime, of course. So your mission was a criminal? I'm afraid so. You received money to create elaborate forgeries. This is supplement of work an illustration, I guess. I see. Actually, that's why I brought this here in the first place. What do you mean? They're trying to determine if painting is forgery. The rough sketch could be a valuable clue. So the rough sketch is like a practice of the thing. Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage. But not in the case of forgery. Not necessarily, anyway. You know what the finished product is gonna look like after all. Oh yeah, I guess you would. That's why I brought this. I'm gonna use it to see what's under the finished pieces. I get it now. I thought I really needed to go such lengths, seeing as how one of the paintings was only half finished anyway. Still, it'd be neat to see Mr. Mishman's rough sketches. Kinda like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking. True, that would be interesting and maybe valuable for our case. You should try butting up, Apollo. That or you get it up. How? I'm messing up again, man. Just go back to the spot. I don't really care. I got an ad! I'm stupid, no I'm not, but I kinda want to see the rough sketch of this painting. I was wondering with your tool there might do the trick. Oh, fine, this is time though. Let's check it out. I forgot the painting I did. Scanning. There we go. Maybe he drew something when no one was looking and he no one would see it. Might be cool, you never know. I see something. Okay, let's go this one out. What? What the heck? Wow, he really blows. The finished painting is anything like the rough. Mine's like mine didn't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted to for the rough. What do you mean? Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch. Composition? In other words, the traces of charcoal between paint and canvas, so you could tell if there was been a rough sketch, but not what it looked like. Ah, I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what underneath the finished painting. The pros would actually paint a rough sketch entirely, then do a complete painting on top of that. So Mr. Mishman was drawing whatever he wanted, painting over them? Possibly. Is there a problem with that? Not particularly, but some of the sketches themselves kind of odd. You're awfully sound of a sudden, Apollo. You think we could check out one of the other paintings? Well, sure. You like this detection stuff, don't you? Let's do all of them. Scan all these paintings, see what's under there. Maybe there's a clue there. Punch. There we go. How do every layout, we'll get it easy. There's a clue here. Okay, let's run this one out. It's like a... Yeah, it's interesting. This one too. What's wrong, Apollo? You look so serious all of a sudden. Do you think I could look at the last of these? Fine by me. Knock yourself out. There's gotta be something here. Has to be. No, it's not. There we go. The card game? 7 years ago? what the heck is all this? I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. You're sure to buy some leaks of kind of strange radiation? Tracy, look at all these 3 sketches. Do you notice anything? It's the backstory for the case 7 years ago. Please, all my cases! That's my 3 cases! Won the world! Those are the 3 cases I've done! To there. Night before sheets. What's going on? These sketches. All the 3 cases I worked on. 7 years. He drew this. Maybe he didn't draw them 7 years ago per se, but why are these my cases? What? First case. The murder in the poker room at the Boys School Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then the events that transpired during the Gavin concert. Why are these your drawings? What could it mean? How could you draw these things? And why? That's what I want to know. Wait, did you miss your father? Giving me a break. Did I even see remotely possible to you? Never even heard of an intermission before. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. But they was in my cases, drawn on this canvas. Every single one of them. It could have been a coincidence. Just who was the true mission? And what did he have to do with me? That's crazy stuff, man. All will be revealed. All will be revealed. Alright, I'm doing trial right now. Day 1 trial, day 1. Yeah, let's do it. October 8th, 9:48 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 6. Good morning. So, you're there, right? I'm Trucy. Trucy Wright. That's right with a W, but not a right, right? On her side. You can tell us anything, please? Good morning. She speaks. Not bad, not bad. But I think you do better than most fine, no? You're so pretty. You need to sell yourself, you know? Trucy, take it easy for starters. Thank you for making my case. Okay, well that's a start, I guess. There she goes in nail polish again. That's great, really. It's cool culture. Wanna try? Oh, really? Girls. The victim's admission was a forger, and a stolen painting was found in the studio. Life of crime, really. And maybe one that led to his death. I'm ready, baby. October 8th, 10 a.m. District Court. Court number 3. This case is gonna be crazy. I'm ready to go. Well, we went out or talk. Begin the trial of their mission. Is the judge okay? His voice is all raspy and he's looking around all nervous like. The repercussions of today's trial will most likely be felt for a long time. And may indeed alter our legal system forever. Today's the test of the jury system. And the first step towards a new order in our courts. That is your mission. The jurists will function like a jury. It's hoped that their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will. Why? Aren't there any jurists in the courtroom? 3 closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times. The jurists have access to everything that transpires. Jurists, Judge Will and Judge Cool. Now see here, Prosecutor Gavin. I was going to say that. Oh, my apologies there, Judge. Jurists, today, or judge today's trial coolly, if you'd be so kind. I think Gavin did it better. The jurists are unbound by the letter of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but by their feelings. We're about to find out what effect they're going to have. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. The details of the case, which you would. The victim is a painter Drew Misham. He was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned. By whom, you ask? By none other than the defendant, Vera Misham. There wasn't any poison in the coffee. Like Chung. Someone has been doing the homework. This trial, I feel like, could be the best one I've ever played. Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee. Found the mug itself. The mug. Oh, residue was not found in the room, I see. The autopsy report describes the manner of the victim's death. The court accepts this as evidence. Misham's autopsy report added the record. According to this report, the victim's death was caused by acetylquinine poisoning, a chemical compound that does not occur naturally. These doses are mere 0.002 milligrams. The touch of acetylquinine in the body is the touch through your psyche. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin, you may present your witness. I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. I mean, you witness the murder in its entirety. That journalist, no doubt. The witness will state his name and occupation. Right. Well, for starters, my name is Clark Russell. My job is lone observer of the world. In other words, a freelance journalist, right? If you don't mind, I'd like to state something to the record. Yes, Mr. Russell? It is like conclusions, specifically the aspect of to conclusions. Quick conceptions make park sandbox of endless desert waste, end quote. But you are a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday. Well, that's true, yes, but you have to understand, I stand before you today as a man with a dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. You turn Mr. Brushel into that, Mrs. Brushel, end quote. Let's see your testimony again, then, shall we? A simple case, eh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out. Witness testimony. The journalist's story. Alright, what is he gonna say? I visited the studio around 9 that night to do the interview. The first outside attention to the 8-leer. Journalistic history made, end quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next. Star falls, end quote. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time. That doesn't sound like a simple case, unless you're the one who poisoned him. What are you saying, Judge? Never mind you, the cameras are rolling today. I felt the need to be a bit dramatic. You didn't do it, did you? Media like that? Come on, that's like... He's making the news, end quote. Even contemporary witch hunt, end quote. I know, wild accusations rock end quote. Rock, indeed. Presby Evans sure looks like he's having fun. I'm so happy for him. I'm ready to go. Ready to clock you up, boy. Be ready. 9 o'clock at night. Isn't that a little late for an interview? If the great painter Drew Bishop says come at 9, believe you me, I go at 9. The first and as it turned out last interview with such a clever painter. Right. Can you tell us what it was like when you arrived? You're the first reporter to ever enter studio? Posterity will look back on that night as a turning point in journalistic history. Basically, insignificant step for all mankind. But a giant step for that Brussels guy, end quote. If no one on the outside had access to the studio, then it would have served the reason that the deed was done by an insider, by which he means Vera did it. So, how did this epoch-making interview go? I just know what motive he had to kill him, though. Would you mind being a bit more specific? Oh, wait, let me tell you, I enjoy a cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade. No, wait, 4th grade. That's not what I meant. If I know what airport it's driving at. This coffee the victim was served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it? Right. That's what I was going to say, really. Well, now, if you got a question to ask, you best straight up ask it. That's what I tell the recruits several times if necessary. Right for a grade schooler. That's my motto. It's just to say, who touched the coffee? I don't know. I was in the back looking at the studio's equipment when she served it. What happened next? What's this about a star falling? Star falls, huh? It's like an old telegram. Send money over. Wait, you don't know? That's like a journalism code word. An important personage passes away. A star falls, get it? But there's no gravity in space, is there? One thing stars could fall, really. Does this matter? Oh boy, this is good stuff. Good stuff. How about star breaks? No, like sponge. I know. Star dies. No, like imagination. Of course, your quick words, you dies. Straight to the point. I like it. I think we need to hear something a little more substantial. You say Mr. Mission about the coffee too, but did you actually see him drink the coffee? Of course. You sees it wins, but he says it wins bigger. End quote. I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about it world yet. I guess I can't say I saw him drink it, really. He had one so-called sip. At that. Man puts lips to mug, drinks, end quote. That poison is quite virulent, I hear. Last time he did the so-called somersault. Since I gulped down that coffee about so much as a second glance at it. Wait, maybe something's there. Some kind of so-called trick. Anyone want to venture a guess for the record? Does this guy have a pause button? I do. Look at it. Look at this. Well, Mr. Justice, did you find this testimony valuable? The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over? Oh, yes. You can go to press with that one. Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add the testimony. So he either took a sip or he didn't, and then fell over? Oh, yes. Indubitably. Just like that. Wham bam. So the submission drank the coffee and fell over immediately. I think Russell's telling the truth, too. About when Mr. Bristol passed away. Oh boy, what a scene that was. He puts his coffee mug down but crashed, right? Yes, and then? Then the cold finger of death touches his spine. Life's flame sputters and fails. So cold was that touch, he could do naught but tremble uncontrollably. Actually, Life's flame was a little tired. Life's vapor flutters over. Yes, that's a go. I think he's starting this article already. Can you describe that a little more simply? Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say. Hard to see his final performance. End quote. Electrocutating paralyzes the central nervous system. The body arcs back like a bow. The limbs tremble. I didn't even read it all. Judge, boy, it can't be that bad. Granted, I didn't see it. Someone's want to be able to sleep tonight. Oh yeah? Well, I want details. Lots of juicy details. For that, you can listen to our last year's hit single. Echoing, My Love, by the Gavin. It's available at all major music outlets. I just hope you realize, Flavor, that nobody's ever going to listen to your trash song and, like, you chose the worst moment to promo that, and everyone's going to forget it because of all the magic I'm going to do, and no one's going to care about you. The point here is that the victim died of atropine poisoning. Well, Mr. Justice, how did you find that testimony? Well, as the account of the moment of the victim's death, I'd say it's very important. Please add the testimony. Very well. The court requests the witness add this account into his testimony. Good. One second. I will be... Okay, I'm back. Those bastards. That was definitely death by poison. You say it was definitely death by poison. How can you be so sure? Hey, look. I'm a journalist. I've seen a lot of things. And I've had more than my share of experiences with so-called poisonings. Many tasty fish goes bye-bye. End quote. Food poison doesn't count. Should I get him talk about something else? So, you drink the coffee that Barry served you too? Of course. When someone serves you coffee, you drink it. That's what my old boss always used to say. Never did get what he meant by it, though. You're still alive, which is to say you didn't die. Of course not. No point falling before you're a star, end quote. That's not exactly what I was getting at. What were you getting at then? You know the poison was on the rim, not on the coffee. Oh, yes. There were 2 cups in the tray she bought, and one of the cups had Drew's signature painted on the side. No chance to guess, but take that one by mistake, I guess. Well, Mr. Justice, but that's just important. We're talking about the coffee the witness drank. I understand that's important.
Hold it!
You're sure you drank the coffee? Oh, yes, quite. I gulped it down, felt that sweet course in my throat. But you say the victim took one sip and fell over, and you still kept drinking? Of course, drinking coffee when it's hot, never when it's not. That's what my old boss used to say. Never really knew what he meant by it. Should I get and talk about something else? Let's do one to death and go from there. It's gotta be one of these 3 that I clock for the what's the word? Lie or whatever. Contradiction. And add that one in. That's probably the one after seeing all 3 of them. That's definitely death by poison.
Objection!
I have no clue what to do right now with this one. This is gonna be difficult.
Objection!
Maybe it's a different one that I use?
Hold it!
I'm gonna change it up. Let's do his coffee. I could probably clock something with that. Because I have a thought process here. Maybe, like, yeah, very important. My thought process here is if it's only on the rim of the mug, there's a shot he could have drunk the coffee with a different part of the mug first and not died right away. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking here. One sip of that, the next moment he was on the floor. I don't know. One sip of that.
Objection!
Got it! You know what I have a problem with? A particular property of the poison use, atroquinine. Oh, perhaps the is quite clear about the poison. Lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drink that, even you, Mr. Justice, to be reduced to a quivering pile. Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. There's a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information. An omission? Atroquinine is as virulent as it says, but death doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately. That's because atroquinine is slow acting. Slow acting? Well, what? According to one forensic scientist, it's one of the most virulent poisons, but absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes for the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. If he supposed at the moment Mr. Misham sipped the coffee when he still had a state, then he would still have time left to enjoy his last cup of joe. Order! What's the meaning of this? If what the defense is correct, why, that contradicts the entire testimony we just heard. Well, Mr. Russell, anything to say on the record? Slow acting. Slow, S-L-O-W-A-C-T. It was virulent, right? Even then, it had already begun digging its claws to the journalist. He's working on the scoop.
Objection!
It's Brushel, yeah? Hey, Brushel? Let's take a trip back down memory lane. Huh? Did the victim already die the instant he took a sip? Think it over. This is vital. You know what I think? I think that was a not-so-subliminal suggestion, end quote. I admit it does cause a problem if you died when you say you died. I would be forced to say off-way to say into my simple case, and you would be forced to say for your article. Come again? You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, other reporters will pick up the scent. And you'll be forced to skate your exclusive scoop goodbye. Scoop. Scoop. Look, wait, just wait a second. Just 1 second. We're waiting. Out of it. I think I just recalled a so-called important detail. The revival of recollection, end quote. A story survival, end quote. Attorney utterly confused, end quote. Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I heard of poison that takes sweet time, see? But not what I've been saying for the last 2 minutes, apparently. Mr. Russell, are you saying that you know something that explains what happened? No. I figured it out. It's been only up to an in-depth interview. See, thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee. Order. As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony. That Mr. Bishop died the instant after he drank. Of course, I'm standing by my testimony. My team was exclusive rights to the story. I suppose it was too much to hope for. What was? Of course you wouldn't choose a simple case, not him. Him. Phoenix right. Who else? Chung or Russell. Report for us if you would. Oh, I was confused what he meant by trial run. He chose a test trial for the juror system. What is it that you noticed? This court is a critical trial of the juror system. I'm afraid no infidel is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed. Witness testimony. What Russell noticed. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Bishop was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note? A suicide note. Yes, he had this look on his face. Man's face inscrutable as a quadratic equation, end quote. Suicide for Mr. Bishop. But that means Vera is innocent. Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview? Oh, very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Well, he's out of error, of course. Was anyone besides Mr. Bishop and Vera present? Not a single one. Not a cat, not a rat, not even a mouse. The only person who didn't belong to that studio there was you, wasn't it, Mr. Russell? I know what you're doing. I know your game. You're trying to use this classic Ramsden phenomenon ploy, end quote. If you intend to suggest to support the suspect, I'm sure you also intend to present evidence supporting this assertion, correct? In the meantime, let's move along, shall we?
Hold it!
So you put the letter away when he saw you? The early reporter gets warm, end quote. That's my secret. I'm not sure I follow. It's the night of the interview. I arrive 15 minutes ahead of schedule. The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in. Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that all an awful entry, really? Mr. Richmond sure seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter into a yellow envelope as fast as he could. I know secret when I spot one, and that was one. This is significant. Well, Mr. Justice? I wonder. It does have something that's important. Yeah, add it. Because the envelope was red, though, when I saw.
Hold it!
You saw him seal his yellow envelope with this letter? Hey, don't look at me like that. I saw what I saw. I'll follow. Do you think this might be a big break? Yeah. I need this to show some decisive evidence now. Yeah, I got it.
Hold it!
Do you think anything might be wrong at the time? Hey, when I go in for an interview, that's what I'm there to do. Interviewer finds looking more effective than caring, end quote. So what about now? Thinking back on it, did you sense anything strange in Mr. Bishop's behavior? Well, yeah. That's why I'm telling you all this to begin with. Very well. Continue with this testimony.
Hold it!
A suicide note? Well, yeah, don't call me or anything. I'm just saying it's a possibility, you know? So you didn't actually check the letter. Of course not. It was sealed. Contents of the can unknown until can is opened, end quote. You can always check the label. Do you think Mr. Bishop was writing a suicide note? If he was, that would solve the case in a jiffy. Kinda makes you wonder about that letter. I have one question for you, Mr. Russell. Are you by any chance colorblind?
Objection!
Because other than that, you're lying, if you're not. As just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. Another red envelope! What? Oh my gosh, are you okay? He's gonna get himself killed. What in the world is that? Russell Gavin. Yes? Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, no. But everyone, it's easy to mistake the color of an envelope. I guess. Now this envelope, you see, it was postmarked gray 7 years ago. Well, Mr. Russell, I can explain that. True, right? You want to get that letter in an envelope pronto. Get outside my greedy eyes, right? So you grabbed the nearest envelope and crammed away. What about the whole granular envelope contradiction, chump? Well, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to this witness's claim? That night, the victim... Impossible. Ah, I'd like your expression. So full of confidence. Simple, really. If this happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope with the assistance of a forensic scientist. What? Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Mission. Oh? Why would he address the letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself. I've been scooped. Order, order, order. Mr. Russell, can you explain this to the court? Oh, my. How could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Reporter gets old, forgets lots. End quote. I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Russell. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put this letter in his envelope, Mr. Mitchum sat there searching his desk drawer for something. His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp. End quote. A stamp? Whatever for? Well, it's a man's letter, what else? And then, why, yes, I think I saw him put it in his letterbox. Yes, it was a yellow envelope. And he put it in the box. Well, apparently it's... Oh, how I wish it did. Just think of that was a suicide note. What a story. Someone writes a suicide note in front of a reporter. False. End quote. And as I was saying, nothing to do with the case. That said, yes, Your Honor? It makes you wonder about the contents of that red envelope. I have it. $100,000 is quite a good deal of money. So this was from 7 years ago, y'all. So am I finished here? Am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing. No, you're not ready to go home yet. I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch a set up a story, you make that rather unique face. Come on! Tony has active imagination, little else. End quote. You gotta know something, my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm starting to understand what all this preteen stuff's about. Just had active imagination, end quote. Please, continue with your testimony. Tell us about the story. Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here, usually. Witness testimony. The sentence of the story. Actually, it took a bit of a work to get a thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leverages the story, gets his interview, end quote. The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was out compare. How was he related to that case 7 years ago? So he threatened to go to press the story. That's what you got your interview. Blackmail? Well, yes. No. It wasn't exactly black. I'm not... Something wrong, Mr. Russell? Look, this is my story. My tidbit. Journalist info of his livelihood, end quote. I see. Why you have me chatting away in here? What's going on out there? What if some Wally Wordsworth or Sally Scooper gets wind of my story? It could be going to press what I'm going to waste. Quote, future pain, Mr. Russell. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace. A certain case, 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago? That is the same case. Send to the story. Actually, it took a bit of work to get the thumbs up. Perceive, I can perceive.
Hold it!
The victim, Drew Mission, had an aversion to reporters? Boy, I guess. Not even my considerable charms did much for him. So I finally got my thumbs up, that is. Maybe you can elaborate on that a bit for us. Reporter leveraged the story, kept his interview, end quote.
Hold it!
Exactly what sort of story was this? Oh, a little one, like I said. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing in between, end quote. I might have suggested that I had to leave in this particular story, but I didn't learn no visual or nothing, honest. So the suggestion was enough for you to get an interview? Mr. Mission must have really wanted to keep it in the wraps.
Hold it!
A certain case 7 years ago. Tell us, what case? Let me say one thing, Mr. Attorney, and you can quote me on this. I can't talk about that case. But why not? It's about journalistic pride and soundness and credibility and connections. Journal reveals sources only of his dead body, end quote. Will it be? Can I say anything? Damn, I don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney. He sounds pretty determined not to talk.
Hold it!
On the one hand, we have your story, and on the other, this letter. What makes you think the two are related? I was just saying it's possible. Call it reporter's intuition, end quote. Hey, I say a lot of things. You're gonna pick out all of them apart? Be my guest. All of them? No, just the incredibly suspicious ones. I see. Anything else to add about Mr. Mission?
Hold it!
Just how amazing was Mr. Mission's talent. Huh? Who we, boy? I mean, hey, he's a star, man, a star. The flow of his dress is like a great undulating river across the campus. Artist's paint lined up like figure like sun, end quote. This guy is full of wacky gestures, but that one just now is wacky than usual. I know exactly what this is. I know exactly what to do right now.
Objection!
I probably got to proceed first. I'll be fine. I got this. What is the thing here? What is your weird habit you got, boy? I know it's in this one. What's your weird thing you got going down, sir? What is it? What's your weird thing you got going down, boy? I really don't know. What is it? I think it has to be this one though. Maybe it's a shirt. Maybe this? Maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. Has to be something to do with this. Choose challenge.
Gotcha!
Please. No. That was not it! Okay, it has to be this though. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's this one. Turn case from 7 years ago. Not over there. Man, I just know what this is, bruh. I'm gonna look it up online because I can't figure it out. It's something to do with perceiving, though, obviously. Ads, I hate them so much. I'll be fine. 2 ads! YouTube Premium. Might be worth it. Okay, I found the spot. I found out where it is, and I never would have found it. It's this flipping shirt.
Gotcha!
Please. No, I wasn't it. I did the wrong spot. No, that's it. I did the wrong spot. I'll be fine.
Gotcha!
Right there. Yes! There we go. So much, Mr. Brushel? Eric, yeah, well, a main can with glands, you know? It's more than that. When Mr. Mischief's talent was mentioned, he suddenly began to sweat buckets. Act behind something. About a talent. What? That's ridiculous. Evidence time. Let's show where Mr. Mischief's true talent lay. Just happens I have evidence showing the talent mentioned in the letter.
Take that!
This painting was found in Mr. Mischief's studio. There are two problems with this painting. The first is that it wasn't painted by Mr. Mischief. The second is that there was another painting in the studio, which looked exactly like this one, except it's only half done. Then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. Business of making forgeries. Ah, well. Boom. Clocks. That's all, Your Honor. Everyone, please, everyone. Can we keep this private, please? This is my story, my scoop. Forgery, that's a serious crime. Jim Bishop was known as an artist these days, but there were rumors he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back. Another art, meaning forgery? Jim Bishop was talented, alright? Talented in making precise detail fakes. In fact, certain criminal elements were quick to discover. Criminal elements? What? You can't seriously be talking about... Exactly. I was talking about forging evidence. The rumor started circulating 7 years ago. 7 years ago. So, are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100 was for... Exactly. Forged evidence that net tell you profit, end quote. This relates to that Phoenix Wright case. Order, order, order. Why? It's like our victim was living a double life. Aha, this is my chance. So the victim had ties to the criminal world, right? He could have plenty of enemies he had nothing about.
Objection!
This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We certainly found no criminal connections when we conducted our investigation. So how do you explain that much money? You have to admit there's a possibility of illegal activity here. But there's no proof tying this letter to our case. Our case was and remained simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned that mug that night. And you, of course. Hey, the only thing, my poison my pen. When I'm writing reviews. Mr. Brushel, your testimony at this point is quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen. What are you talking about? My journalism is rock solid. Interesting. In any case, let's hear a summarized recap of your testimony. If we can ascertain the situation that studio, in the recap, the trial is over. Apollo, what are you talking about? The cross-examination showed Mr. Brushel didn't have to read any reason or means that blah blah blah. As long as there are no other suspects, then the killer had to be there. That's why. This next testimony is our last chance. Witness testimony. The interview recap. The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She's admitted as much herself. The only thing that touched Drew's lips in that interview was that mug. And nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing. Clearly, the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter. No. It's not like the coffee was poisoned. But he could have placed the poison on the rim of the coffee, and she could have just put the coffee in. That made him drink the coffee, right? Like, oh my gosh, that was a terrible yawn. That makes perfect sense, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? That could be it. A nice testimony. Clear, succinct, and without room for doubt. Aw, shucks. You really think so? I believe this clarified the situation that night. Very well, Mr. Justice. Blah, 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 blah. One trump card, let's play. I want this trial until I use it. Cross-examination. Interview recap.
Hold it!
But that doesn't prove Vera poisoned it. How many times have we heard that one, Airforehead? The poison reached the victim via the coffee mug. From where you did that coffee come, huh? Not to beat a dead horse again and again, but perhaps you can fill us in? I'm on it. You need a horse beat? I'm your man.
Hold it!
And you witnessed her pouring the coffee? Of course I didn't witness it. When she came into that tray, the coffee was already poured and steaming. Let's not forget the defendant has admitted to pouring the coffee herself. I heard her statement. I poured, I served, I killed. What? Yeah, that's how it's just a little joke. Clavier Gavin, I will... How is he not getting a penalty for that?
Hold it!
You're sure about that? Well, to be really, really precise, I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time. One of those candies I've been poisoned. Yet, at the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragment of mint filled the room, and no mint residue was found. It was a long shot anyway. Don't tell me so trying to prove this. You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee? Well, Miss Justice, if you have some proof, the possibility is there to steal it. Just maybe not prove it, not yet. The possibility isn't going to cut it, not now. If the victim ingested that poison via other than kind of coffee, I can't prove it, not yet. Another one in this case needs plague and poison to prove anything. First things first, I better uncover weak spot before I try to strike again.
Hold it!
Not one thing, you're sure? Yep, sure can be. Well, one exception. What? Journalist Mark Russell does an interview, Lee Studio, unquote. Oh, come on! The joke! Get it? Not funny, I know, but still. Something new to studio that night. Why does that sound familiar? Like, where have I heard something like that before? Now that we've proven that witness is a comedian of some sorts, I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Do you have any idea what, if anything, might have led us to that night? I think one thing might very well have led us to that night, actually. I've heard something that has been finished in the crime scene. What you mean? Something other than our witness? Of course. Don't tell me. Very mission. Leave me in the come out of relief. I'm surprised entirely unintentional. Then let's see what we got for us, Justice. Well, this thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows how it could have been taken from the scene. The tiny frame. I find perhaps we have more reason this guy really. That was kind of really fun, I'm feeling it. What is it? Wasn't at the scene of the crime. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. Guilty. Was adjourned. My bad. Evidence shows how I could have been taken from the scene. Not this, not the ticket, not the envelope, not now. It wasn't the card, not the cup. The painting? Oh my gosh. This game is so hard. Oh, the cup maybe? I don't even know. Can't believe this at all. Oh, it's fine. The cup. What is this evidence, y'all? What in the world? Not even the paper either, man. No, it's gotta be the letterbox. Letterbox. No, I'm stupid. Yeah, letterbox. Here we go. This is the only link between the studio and the outside world. A letterbox. What did Mr. Bristol tell us? When he entered the studio on that murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter. Yeah, I said that. And yeah, it was true. Furthermore, you went on to tell us that you put the letter in a yellow envelope and put it in the letterbox. Ah, but that very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night, the yellow envelope disappeared. Ah, yes, intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing. Huh? He has appointments of justice. What we're trying to figure out is how the poison is really important. The envelopes. Okay. It did disappear. Did someone did do that night? That seems very important to me. Very well then. The witness. Y'all be right back. I'm back. Let's go. I think I'll be so sure. Let it disappear from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for.
Hold it!
Nothing could be more serious than envelope in the studio. And you were hiding that back from us. Yes, well, actually, I don't argue the possibility that letter disappears from the studio. But Air Forehead, isn't there a much more serious question before us? Right, how Mr. Mission was chosen, I know. But Mr. Brooklyn's testimony has changed, which means the back of the case out too. What he's told us means something different, entirely different now. It's time to think. Let's keep thinking.
Hold it!
You say clearly, as though I were obvious. Smith claims that the defendant poisoned the victim with clearly conjecture. Yes, well, you see, my business is all about making the most ridiculous things sound right. Bad habit, I know. Yes, well, or actually, I guess it's more of a case of ridiculous journalism sounds wrong, unquote. Well, I can believe that. Let's go.
Objection!
What in the world? Need this right now? Guilty. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, crap. Don't. Try, please.
Objection!
No. Maybe the frame?
Objection!
That's not it? Oh my gosh, not the frame?
Objection!
Oh my gosh, what is it? I need this.
Objection!
I have no clue what this could be. Direct number roll. Wait, what else touches left in the interview?
Objection!
Wasn't the envelope? Might have been the yellow envelope. Back, let's go. The only thing I touched Drew's lips in the interview was a mug.
Objection!
What even is this, bro? Like I can get it, but I don't know what it is. I want to play them with his daughter. don't know. Okay, I'm ready to go. Wait.
Hold it!
Am I stupid?
Hold it!
Okay, I think I got it.
Objection!
I can prove it. You do understand what I need, yeah? Proof, your forehead, not possibilities. Of course, and Prosecutor Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof. What do you say? I prove the tipping envelope. That envelope has a stamp on it. Stamp. Oh. We all know stamps come with dry glue on the back. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it by licking the stamp.
Objection!
No one worth talking to actually lick stamps this day and age.
Objection!
Even if you want to talk to him, he couldn't. He's dead after all.
Objection!
Okay, so lick the stamp, but wait. How does I explain the actual quinine on the rim of the coffee mug?
Objection!
If you lick the back of a poison stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yes? What would then happen if you put the coffee mug to his mouth, The traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing. It was the other way around. What? The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell poisoned the coffee mug himself. Makes perfect sense. Order. But that does it? Recall, if you would. Atracquinine is a selecting poison, yes? The poison enters the body when you put the stamp on the envelope. But his time wasn't up until very much he touched his lips to that cup of joe. That is perfect sense. You got something to add, Mr. Russell? Uh-oh. His nose is picking up another scent. As I believe I mentioned earlier. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Mitchum sat there searching his desk drawer for something. Yes, a stamp, so-called postage stamp, end quote. Well, I don't seem to remember him ever finding one. Maybe he just went out. Incidentally, we searched the desk drawer at the time of the crime. There were no stamps, not a single one. That's the problem. How will you prove that the stamp was coated with poison? Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. It makes proving the stamp used with poison possible. Good show, good show. You can't even prove there was a stamp in the scene in the first place. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say anyway. Which evidence that proves the existence of this poison stamp?
Take that!
Here.
Take that!
Well, that's certainly a cute little frame. And by little, I mean really little. It was on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself. I noticed that too during my inspection. So what? Ah, apparently you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important. Missing something? Yes, a pale and bluish stain inside the frame. Atracquinine residue! What? Why was I told about this? The frame is only 2 inches square. The face of the frame is even smaller. Maybe an inch wide at most. You aren't saying... Oh, but I am. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? A commemorative stamp, perhaps? Makes perfect sense to me. Order. 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 The poison stamp was in this frame? Impossible. Prosecutor Gavin. Why would he put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me you had it there so you commit suicide if the mood struck. You know, can I say something? I have a thought, see? Well, Mr. Russell, and please stop jittering on like that. The victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in the envelope work. Forger forges friends. Makes enemies too, unquote. So the poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him.
Objection!
What now? Why is the music stopping now for you? Oh, Rich. That's Rich. Leave the ridiculous flights of fancy the Gaviner's song lyrics, please. Finally, something we agree on. Stamp was a murder weapon? Nonsense! Murder is a simple business. Who would go to such lengths? No one. Oh, I disagree. Come again? Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. She wished him hid from the world. He avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail. The mail? Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew you read letters, a stamp would be the... Might not have evidence per se, but things are finally starting to come together. What is it, Paula? Your face is trembling. I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Bishop was killed. Well, fill us in, Mr. Justice. A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Bishop to the state of death. Why, maybe a painting? Isn't this the envelope? The one from 7 years ago? Think about the text of the letter again. There were 2 pages in the envelope. This is page 1. And this is page 2. I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular. Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor. Ah, in other words, if I have this straight, the stamp, poison, on the stamp, lick, lick, gasp, end quote. Now, what if he had done exactly as the letter asked? He would sign the document, put it in the envelope, and put a stamp on it, right? Then he would put it in his letterbox. 15 minutes would have elapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. But the clock started ticking. When the time came, he drew his last breath, and the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene. Quite conveniently, thanks to the postal system. Oh, that makes so much sense. I get it. It makes sense. Such a pleasant imagination you have, Boarhead. I think it's like just fine. It's reality. Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So, this poison stamp was inside the envelope from 7 years ago, y'all? Is that what you have us believe? Really? Well, it is a little bit of a stretch, but there's a possibility. Yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? The poison stamp in this envelope, a stamp that then became the murder weapon? How do you intend to prove this seeming coincidence? Well, heck, it was 7 years ago. We don't even know who's in that letter. And your answer is silence. I see. Very well. I moved you. Not nice to pick on the family enclave here. Who? Boy, why are you here? Oh, it's Emma Scott. Ah, Emma. Why did... Who... Okay, why was Christoph Gavin there for a second? I'm just curious. I have no clue. I'm a Christoph Gavin person? You literally were him. How... You literally became him. How did you even do that? Scientifically speaking, of course. Go for your day job. Setting up the crime scene to be looking after family detective? So we have to come dig you all out of the mess you're at making of this case. Mess. You know, none of this would have happened if you just trusted in science a little more. You can find out that stamp was in the envelope. Easy. Can you explain yourself, family detective? Claim me all you want, but science is on my side. It's all in the residue, right? That's right. Poison detection spray. Trace the red envelope at once. You can open it on the authority of the court. Got it. Well, would you look at that? No mistaking it. That's what actually contains residue. I don't believe it. A murder weapon from the past. Now, 7 years later, it bears its fangs at last.
Objection!
Absolutely outrageous. Tell me why. Why did this murder take place 7 years ago? Well, there's one possibility. Maybe Mr. Mission figured it out. Figured what out? He realized that the person who sent the letter wanted them dead, so he sent it to supply of a different stamp, and put his decisive evidence in the frame. Vera? Ack, you're still here? Can I make a statement on the record? I, Spark Razor 2 Brussel, claim this cube is mine. Jim Mission killed in cold blood. I sent her a 7-year-old letter. End quote. No, maybe someone wants to extinct. Star falls after 7-year delay. End quote. Order, order, order. I see no room for further argument here, though I admit this is all coming as quite a shock. To think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years, save a ticket straight to the afterlife, end quote. Oh, I think the witness is bad influence on your judge. I see many for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been a defendant. Apollo, I think we just won. Very well, the score finds the defendant. No! I thought it was almost over! Is this the big bright future of our legal system? Prosecutor, Gavin. A ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago. Tickets for Gavin shows are invalid for 2 weeks. But it doesn't make sense any other way. It boggles my mind that so many people have noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction, therefore it's lame. Boy, I was 1 second away from the judge glazing me up for once and actually declaring her innocent. What possibly do you have against me? Like a contradiction. A poison stamp was placed in the envelope 7 years ago, whereupon it was framed until now. If that's the case, then why would you Mitchum have done what he did? I'm explaining that. He must have realized it was poison. Therein rises the rub. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Mitchum sensed a trap and put the stamp in the frame. I did not debate this. This begs the question. Why 7 years later did he use that stamp on the night of the murder? Ah, surely you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Mitchum simply forgot. He put the murder open in the frame on desk for 7 years and forgot? You expect us to believe he's framed the trap on himself? Wow. That doesn't make sense. While I admit this is all quite shocking myself, it does seem highly unlikely that he would fall afoul of a trap that has been sitting on his desk for 7 years. Apollo, I don't think we're winning anymore. I've got to see you all back to the real world now. Welcome back to the reality. We've been waiting for you. Okay, then how do you explain that the poison stamp was in this envelope? The poison stamp? Where exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought the court for us? I see no proof that such a thing ever existed. What about the active residue, huh? Oh, I agree, that does seem to be active residue. But our forehead, it's clearly no stamp. Yeah, but even if your precious poison stamp did exist, you Mitchum never would have used it. That's all. They're clocking me up. I believe you've come to a conclusion. Again, Apollo, were we wrong the whole time? I can't believe it. The poison traces match up. It can't be coincidence. I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year. Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor? Let's do the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Mitchum received a red envelope. There were traces of the poison actual quinine on the document inside that envelope. Similar traces also found at the crime scene. On the tiny picture frame, the defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope, an envelope that left the scene of the crime with a poison stamp on it. Yes, but even if this envelope contained a poison stamp, and Drew Mitchum, knowing this, put it in a frame, he never would have used the stamp. I'm afraid you're right, which means there's a fatal flaw in the defense's case. I haven't been the wrong track the whole time, I'm sure of it. The traces of actual quinine, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Mitchum's mysterious death, they're all connected somehow. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us? The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen that the logical outcome of the evidence makes no sense. This means that one of our clues must be a fake. Ah, fake clue? Fascinating. And if you find this fake, your wild fantasies will prove quite reasonable, y'all. Fake clue that's thrown us off the poisonous trail is none other than Drew Mitchum is a fake clue. The victim was a fake clue? I'm afraid I don't understand. I'll explain. You have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense to the victim himself? Congratulations, you've completely lost me. So the fake evidence is none other than the master of fake himself, the forger? Makes a good story, I'll give you that. I'm right? The fake clue. Fakes. Forgeries. Ah! I know that face. I had an idea of face. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm gonna live it anyway. What if our forger is the fake? Come again? 7 years ago, our forger sniffed a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles into that very same trap and dies. Why? That's what I want to know. Because the forger was killed was a fake. A fake Drew Mitchum. Here we are again. The victim was a fake. One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's 2 forgers, and one of them was a fake. So I don't even know what that means. 2 Drew Mitchums? Order. I don't know what that means, but I think I'm onto something. So you are telling us that Drew Mitchum, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was the fake, who's the real forger? You better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo. I'm afraid you're gonna have to back up your story. Mr. Justice, show us just who the real Drew Mitchum was. If Drew Mitchum wasn't the real forger, there's only one other person it could have been. Understood, Your Honor. Oh, I get it. Okay, there weren't 2 Drew Mitchums. There were 2 different forgers. Forger Drew Mitchum was himself a forgery. The real forger was. So he wasn't even a forger? It's not Phoenix. Is it Phoenix? Because it's related to 7 years ago. I'm going for it, I don't care. Never mind. That did not work. No, I tried. To go again. The magician. Never mind. Hey, y'all. We all make mistakes in life. I don't get points off, so I'm fine. The real forger was Sparks Russell. I don't know, bruh. Who is it? There's only like 5 people. Vera Misham? Who? There can only be one explanation, really. The world ending the fortune knows Drew Misham is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham. There we go. Order. Mr. Justice, this is going out on the limb, even for you. I kind of agree. I mean, Vera, a forger. Let's consider it before you run off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery had been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in a trap, in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger. Well, actually, that does kind of make a certain sense. But she's 19, she was 12 back then. One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger's studio. Drew Misham and Vera Misham. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, then that leaves only one possibility. By process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well? How does I even play music? Fascinating. Vera Misham? You've been paying attention to the trial so far. Let's just ask and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger? Drew Misham? Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face. I'm used to being stared by for aliens, believe me. Though they usually talk to me, too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art? You can't draw, but yes. Yes. So the forger, Drew Misham, was you? Yes, it was me. What? What? This is crazy work. The court was in an uproar and it wasn't coming down. We had to take a break for a 10-minute recess. There we go. Trial resumes. October 8th, 1:24 p.m. District Court defendant doing her nails. So, you really made those forgeries? Yes. My father. I know it was wrong. Could you tell us how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent. The talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was one of the only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything. Anything. Father was so proud, and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those forgeries. Never had a good constitution nor personality. He was good and narrow. Hello. I know very little what's on my door. Now, because of me, father is. Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago. So you were already creating your works back then. I started when I was only 12 years old. So the one who figured out that stain was poison, that was Mr. Justice. It's time to the courtroom, please. Right. Second, I'm finna get information. I am called out of the room. Just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right. See, we checked them out and we saw it was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. Oh yeah, of my cases. How is that even there? For context. That is crazy. I see. Miss Justice. Yes, father, he knew of you. Of both of you. Your late father? He was watching, gathering information. All about the writing call offices. But lately, we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags, chemise, and play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Yeah, when father heard you had resumed the legal business, what do you do? How pleased he was. Who is Mr. Misham? How am I supposed to know? What if he was Daddy's daddy? Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Things are already confusing enough for all these daddies running. What in the world? My goodness gracious, Apollo. You are saying that word way too much. Granted, I am too. You know the victim's out of air was a forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess what? Blah, 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 blah. Alright, let's go. October 8th, 1:36 p.m. District Court, Court number 3. Court's not back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. I looked it up, and apparently there's only 20 minutes of court in the session, so that's why I'm playing this too. 20 more minutes. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How do you set this Dream Mission Forger persona? There's that stare again. He's drilling more holes into his head. I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy. What's hard? Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one. Ah, yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me highly for it. So, she was the one who made the forgeries. Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation, so the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To rule at large, she was the forger, not her. I've done a bad thing. Haven't I? Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. You've seen this before, yeah? Yes, it was in the desk drawer. Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. Okay, I have no clue what I have with this envelope stuff, but it's gonna be crazy stuff. I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than the painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I received a stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well. Please begin the cross-examination. Alright, so I'm looking at getting burnt out, so I'm probably going to take a gaming break for like a long time after this stream for like 3 hours. Okay, things about it up. So you think you're making your... I mean, paintings identical to other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too. Still, you're quite young now. Tough. Oh, what's tough, Nero? What happened? My first painting when I was 12. Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal. Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery. True. Please, tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may have very well killed your father. Alright. Rather than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point? Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed that my talent extended to making things other than paintings. For instance? For instance, the letter someone had written, or the fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature upon a document, a seal upon a letter. None of this makes her sound very innocent at all. And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Dream Mission. A new industry. The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Uh-oh. So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used? I enjoy painting very much. I think I understand. The Fraulein has lived in an unusual little world. Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope? Father signed them and sent them back in, I believe. Then better do say so. I might start looking to find a microphone that always came like tonight. Okay, my last turn? Or a different one? I think your microphone's good enough, Neuro, as is, but that's just only on Roblox. I don't know if it's different on like your OBS or whatever. What do you mean you received it? Because I bought my microphone for like $10 at a store, and it's been doing good for me for probably a couple months now. So I think I'm fine with it. You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison. On the back, after quinine. A moment there, forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, finally, Vera. Why do you're trying to force an answer out of her, boy? What are you talking about? Is something wrong? It was beautiful. Oh, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps? Yes, I think it was. So, you didn't know about the poison? I guess not. The trap fell by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite a close call. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. The single job had tethered to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Mission wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When you had to meet someone for some reason, follow the pose of the creator of the work. So that was the real instance of the artist Drew Misham. He did the work and he supplied the face. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it? It was very pretty, and more than that, yes? It was a picture of people I liked at the time. This is something new. Apparently, we've got some cross-examination ahead of us. If you would be so kind to continue... I cannot speak. More. Stand with a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. Oh! This ties to that thing 7 years ago. Magicians. I love mysterious things. I always have. Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hatch. Very confusing, mysterious, but freaky. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See? Isn't magic great? Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited. The magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad. Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troupe. Now where have I heard that before? Red envelope came after she completed her first job. That makes it a letter from a client. Whoever wanted a forgery made. Apollo, we're close. We just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope. And the path it took to take Drew Misham's life. No.
Objection!
Those magicians you like. Was it this bunch? Please say yes. Yes! Apollo! They're not a bunch. I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? Good question. Well, pretty champs are always the better. You can't beat True Big Grammar. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Professor Gavin? I think he knows. Prosecutor Gavin? Grammar. What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question to this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please tell me, what exactly did you make? No! Answer the question, now! Eek! This is going to be a crazy answer. But Prosecutor Gavin, you're usually not the one whose volume concerns me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me, I apologize. But I must know, please, Mr. Bishop, tell me. It was a book. A single page in a book. A book? Please be more specific. It was a handwritten book, like a diary. What's with you, Claver Gavin? No! I don't. No! What happened with you, boy? What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Misham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no? How did you know?
Objection!
Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant's answering all your questions. Stop badgering her. He's told you nothing, has he? Your solid mentor. Nothing? Solid who? Phoenix Wright. Who else? What about him? He never told you about the trial 7 years ago. Never did. About how he came to lose the attorney's badge. There's a certain piece of evidence to decide his fate, you know? A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk. Oh, so you're the reason that... Oh, I got it. So much lore. Tossed out by the profession by false evidence. And the forger made that evidence. Is this girl sitting right in front of me? Farrah, you must tell us. Okay, what is this, though? Envelope Mr. Wright did not open until the time is right. Maybe this is to open at, like, the very end of the case. Because I genuinely have no clue. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham you to forge that evidence? For all our sakes, who was it? We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again. Was he the one who asked for it? Yes, what? Is there something about me? Were you the one that did that, Clavier Gavin? You evil man? I remember clearly. I remember you gave me the book, the diary. Who was it? Ugh. Choke. Vera! That... Oh. The devil? Are you saying Satan himself gave it that to you? I doubt it. You gotta give me a real answer. Defendant Vera Misham. Condition, unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis, acute atropine. What? She got poisoned? Oh, wait, no. She's unconscious. She's not dead. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Misham. That ends the recording of the trial? What in the world? That was a recording? Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. What in the world? So she just got wasted. Whatever the word is. Killed, assassinated. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. So she survived. Wait, did she survive or what? She's currently in intensive care and not to be disturbed for any reason. Oh, she's alive. Okay, she's alive. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. Flashback. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. In that fact, that was where we must go. To find the whole truth. Okay. Okay. I'm so playing this later today, but for now, I'm so hungry. So, I'm going to eat food. But I have made a lot of progress in this stream, so that's great. 7 years ago, trial 7 years ago. Alright. Alright, I'm done. Bye. Peace out, Neuro.